So talking a little bit more about adjustment layers and masks and all that good stuff to enhance your photos. You can see here we have a basic wedding picture, and I'd like to make it a little bit more than just a basic wedding picture. So what we're going to do is add an adjustment layer to this. I'm going to use the curves adjustment layer, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of decrease this and darken it up a little bit. Now, that's probably a little bit too much, I get that. Over here you can see that everything is white, which means everything is being shown. So if I want to go ahead and adjust my paintbrush and paint over this with black, notice here that I'm going to go ahead and crank up what's called hardness. This is going to show you what hardness and feathering does for you. So right now, hardness, I'm going to go ahead and paint over my picture. Alright, and notice how that looks pretty bad. You can kind of see that it's just a really rough edge and everything as far as my brush goes, because my hardness is set to 100. All right. If I wouldn't have had that set to 100, it'd be a little bit softer around the edges. So what I can do is under the Properties tab, which is right here, I can go ahead and say Masks, and right here where it says Feather, I'm going to go ahead and increase my feathering effect and kind of make it seem with every increase, you can kind of see that it diffuses from the light from the center. I'm going to make it kind of seem like there's a streak of light, and you can kind of not tell that I went over this with a really hard brush. Alright, so again, let's go ahead and try that one more time, because what I would like to do is make her even lighter. When I dropped that opacity and made everything kind of dark, it did darken her up quite a bit too. So let's go and drop another adjustment layer on top of this, and let's go ahead and darken the whole thing up even more. And let's say with my brush and black selected, because my adjustment layer is actually white, I can actually just kind of click on top of her just like this and make these circle kind of adjustments like that. And again, with something called feathering, I can actually make this look pretty cool and make her look like she's just a little bit more highlighted in the actual picture. Maybe not quite that much. Maybe kind of like that. So she's nice and bright, and the background is kind of fading in and on the corners. You can kind of see this is what we started with right here. This is what we have with just one adjustment layer, and this is what we have with the second adjustment layer. And all because we use something called feathering. Alright, so do a save as on this one. This is a nice short one. Again, the rule of thumb basically is black conceals, white reveals. All right. So what I'm doing when I have my foreground color set to black is that I'm concealing some of that adjustment layer, because the whole thing is white. All right. I could go and say select inverse and then switch this and get into that whole mess as well. For right now, go ahead and save Kara and save it as a JPEG. All right. We only have a couple more to do here, and then I have a challenge for you.